right. It is a Saturday night, and I promised I would be streaming every day. So here we are, streaming. Got home from set today. Had a great scene with the lovely Siri doll. She's a delight to work with. She's back in the industry now, which is very exciting for all the male talent out there. Now, first of all, thank you to everyone who is continuing to jump into these live streams and watch the chat. I know my scheduling has been a bit erratic as of late, and that is purely based around my professional schedule. That's kind of how things work. So I will endeavor to find a regular scheduling time that I can fit into my shoot schedule, and then everyone can tune in and make sure they catch it live and participate. As always, don't forget to smash that like button if you're watching right now. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching on Twitch, don't forget to follow me as well. And please participate in the live chat. Join in. Drop some questions, comments as we progress. And smash that like button. There we go. Now, I wanted to greetings from lockdown in Melbourne. Hello, Rock. How you doing, mate? Thank you for watching. I'm glad you're enjoying. And I'm so sorry that you have to put up with the bullshit that is Dictator Dan. Dear Lord, someone needs to get rid of that man. He does not deserve to be in power. He is stuffing things up completely. So let's hope that cooler heads prevail, smarter, wiser heads prevail, and he is ousted from power. Anyway, what I want to talk about today is a concept that was brought to my attention from a tweet by a man named Ed Latimore. Anyone watching this, if you don't know who Ed Latimore is, you should go and find out. Ed is a former boxer, and he is now a public speaker / writer, and he's basically well known for growing Twitter accounts extremely fast. Like his way of writing is extremely engaging, is a good way of putting it. And he is someone I've actually reached out to for advice at an earlier stage this year. I was very grateful to get advice from him, and he put out a tweet. And it went something to the effect of, there is, French boys, how you doing? There are 3 types of people that you need in your life. Facundo, thank you so much for supporting me, supporting my work, checking out the book. I'm glad you're getting something out of it. For those of you watching now, check out the description below this video. There's a link to my ebook. You can check it out, see what all the fuss is about, and learn some tools and tricks from guys like me in the adult entertainment industry about how we do what we do. Thank you so much for the support. Now, this tweet I'm referencing from Ed Latimore. So he talks about the 3 types of people that you need in your life, and he mentions you need someone who's better than you, so you can look up to them and strive to be where they are. Basically, a mentor. You need someone on your level, so someone to constantly be challenging you and competing with you. And you need someone who is below you in a certain area of life, so that you can drag them up with you and be an example to them and be a teacher to them. And now, why are all these things important? I mean, it's important to have a mentor, someone to teach you the ropes to strive for goals. It's important to have someone to compete against, because if you're not competing against someone, if you're not testing your skills constantly, you're stagnating. And it's very important to have someone underneath you so you can learn how to teach the things you know, because through teaching you reinforce that which you know. So when you start to teach things to people, you really reinforce your own knowledge, and you find where perhaps you might be lacking in your skill set or in your competencies. Hello from Russia. Vyacheslav. Let me know if I've actually pronounced your name correctly. I probably butchered that, but thank you for tuning in all the same. Now, something very interesting happened to me 2 days ago. 2 days ago? Yesterday, actually. Yeah, yesterday morning. And I was on my way to set, and I was pulling out of my driveway, and the neighbor's kid, there's a Mexican family that lives next door to me, a big Mexican family. I think it seems like it's probably like 2 or 3 brothers all and their families all living under the same house. There's a lot of people next door to me. And the neighbor's kid came up to me before I took off for set. And he said, "Hey, do you work out?" And I've got some in my backyard here. I've got some kettlebells and a power tower with for pull-ups and dips and those sort of things. So I've got some equipment here in my backyard. And I said, yeah, I do some workouts on the gear here. And he said, well, can you teach me how to work out? And this, look, I'm being perfectly honest, this kid's, I think the kid looks like he could be 15, maybe. He's a short little kid, but he's also quite kind of chubby. If I'm being perfectly honest, the kid's chubby. So, obviously, he's looking to get into shape. And I said, sure, come on over on Sunday, and we'll start some training with you. I'll start teaching you how to work out. And I drove off after he talked to me, and I was thinking on the way to set. I was thinking, man, what a gift! What a gift the universe has just given me. Is just dropped into my lap. The ability, well, not even the ability, I now have to teach this kid how to work out, right? And that's a blessing. It's accountability. There's a level of accountability there. I'm going to be held accountable to this kid's result. I'm a competitive guy. I like to produce results. Now I've got this kid who's basically cookie dough, and I've got to mold him into like a block of solid marble, or at least teach him how to do it himself. And it got me thinking. It reminded me of this tweet that I'd read from Ed Lanamore about the 3 types of people you need in your life: a mentor, someone on your level, and someone beneath you. And this kid obviously falls into the latter. He is obviously an experience with working out, and he wants to learn. And it's like, man, this is fantastic, because I've already got people who I'm looking up to as mentors when it comes to working out and fitness. I've got guys on my level who I compete with. I've just completed that 3rd rung, and it got me thinking about a little concept I'm going to call the 3x3. And most of life's problems basically fall into the 3 categories of health, wealth, or relationships. You can pretty much take any problem or any problem or any goal, really, that you have in your life, and it falls into one of those 3 categories: health, wealth, or relationships. And Zenyi, good to see you. Maverick. So I did pronounce your name right. Well, look, I butcher it with grace. Well, I'm glad I nailed it with grace. So thank you very much. Just drop that down there. Maverick, oh boy, I'm getting to that. I am getting to that, Maverick. We are going to red pill the shit out of this kid. Don't you worry. I was thinking when I was driving to work, I was thinking, my God, this kid does not realize how lucky he is, he is going to get a fucking lesson. He's going to get schooled in how to get fit, and I'm going to just start dropping knowledge bombs on this kid about how to make money, how to get good with girls. He's going to learn everything from this random expat that's living next door to him. But you look at every area of your life, and it tends to fall into one of three categories: health, wealth, relationships, right? And I've started thinking about this concept that I'm going to be called the 3x3. And you want to have, like Ed Lattimore suggested, someone above you, at your level, and below your level in each of these three areas of your life. If you can figure that out, and sometimes you'll find someone who fits multiple categories, right? So, for example, my best friend, I got people who are on my level with relationships and, say, wealth, right? Or I've got friends who are on my level with, say, fitness and wealth, right? So they'll fit into more than one category. Or I've got a mentor that is above my level in, say, wealth and relationships. A good example of that would be John from Modern Life Dating. If you haven't already looked at his channel, he's fantastic. Go check him out. Modern Life Dating. Brilliant. The guy's a genius. Everything he says is the 100% truth, and he is helping men all over the world. It's fantastic. So when this kid came out, after I was chatting with this kid driving to work, I was thinking, man, why did he come to me? Right? Like, become his Morpheus. Yes, and I will become his Morpheus. I don't have the glasses or the black overcoat, but I will still. We're going to red pill the shit out of this kid. He obviously doesn't have anyone in his life that he can turn to for this advice, right? And I know he lives with at least 4 adult men next door, because they live next door to me. I know they live there. And it's sad. I thought, Christ, that's really, really sad that with this big family that he's part of, there's no man there who can teach him how to get fit and how to work out. Isn't that crazy? In this day and age, that he doesn't have an immediate family member who could mentor him in any of this. And that just goes to show you, like, how below average. I don't even want to use the word mediocre right now, because that's an inadequate word. It just goes to show you how below average most men really are in America today, in the West today, or in the world in general. It's just like, it's what I say, 60% of the American population is obese. Like, Christ, that's dangerous. It's really dangerous. Like clinically obese. That's bad news. And that's a direct result of your own actions. Right? Food, like diet and exercise. 2 things that are completely within your control. And yes, I know it takes, mental fortitude to break a bad cycle of eating. It takes discipline to get up every day and go out and exercise. I'm well aware of that. But we've got to do it. You got to do it. Otherwise, you're going to stay exactly where you are. Right? You're not going to improve. You're not going to strive. You're not going to become better. So, yeah, I looked at this kid and I'm like, like I said, as I was driving, I was thinking, man, that's a blessing I've just been given. Now I've got someone, because I'm going to be perfectly honest, I've gotten a bit chubby during the quarantine. I'm not going to lie. I've gotten a bit chubby. I let myself go, and that's a stupid fucking move, especially in my line of work, because I'm nude in front of a camera all day. So it doesn't look fantastic. And the irony is I've been pumping out some really great work lately, but I look like a sack of potatoes, shall we say. So now I've got this kid holding me accountable. And you might not, that sounds weird, right? You'd think that a mentor, you'd think when you think of someone holding you accountable, you'd think typically a mentor would be the one holding you accountable. which is true. A mentor can and does hold you accountable. But I have always found that what holds you even more accountable is someone looking up to you, because you're their mentor, you're their role model, you're their inspiration, and you don't want to disappoint them. You don't want to let them down, right? You don't want to be a hypocrite. You don't want to tell them one thing and then do another. So that's why it's very, very important and very useful in all these areas of your life to have someone who's below you, so you can drag them up, bring them up to your level. Now, we have something very exciting going on tomorrow, Sunday, at 1 p.m. Pacific time. I am doing my first episode of Tales from a Hot Girl. Now, if you've been tuning into the show, you might know that what my plans were with this segment. So my friend Bella Rowland, who is a co-star of mine, an adult performer like myself, she is coming in to the studio here and going to sit down here with me, and we're going to have a chat, and we're going to basically try to educate you on the reality of a hot girl, what it means to be a hot girl, what these girls go through on a daily basis, and we're going to go through some of her DMs, find some of the creepy shit that guys send her on the regular, which should be hilarious. But I also want to dive into some more revealing questions with her in terms of dating, relationships, and the interactions between her and the general male population, shall we say. So I think that's going to be extremely eye-opening for a lot of people, because most people don't, like, and I'm guilty of this, I always forget that I am in a weird bubble with the adult entertainment industry in terms of, or even as a sex worker, in terms of what I have become accustomed to, and what like my knowledge of reality. Like, I know that these girls are getting the kinds of DMs these girls are getting on a regular basis. I know the places these girls are getting flown around. I know the types of celebrities that are slipping into their DMs on Instagram all the time. Like, that's common knowledge to me now at this point. It's not surprising. So I think it's very nice and very informative for me to be able to present that to you, the general population, so you can get a glimpse into the life of a hot girl. And once you get a glimpse into the life of a hot girl, things become a lot clearer. They're a lot easier to understand. You know, their general behaviors and their reactions to life, and you know, maybe why they can be a bit flaky sometimes. If you're trying to set a date with a hot girl, you might start to realize that you're not standing out amongst 300 odd unresponded messages. So that's tomorrow at 1 p.m. Pacific time. So that's 4 p.m. Eastern time. Don't forget to tune in. It's going to be a fantastic show. Make sure you smash that like button if you're watching right now. I'm going to remind you in the chat, smash that like button. And don't forget to subscribe. Hit the notification bell. If you're watching on Twitch, don't forget to give me a follow. Love to see you again in the chat. And I will continue the rest of my night. I've got plenty of work to do tonight. I've got to get ready for tomorrow. And I'll see you tomorrow at 1 p.m. for a fantastic, what's guaranteed to be a fantastic show. So thank you for tuning in. And I'll see you later. Spot on. Spot on, Sam.